So my name is Jeff Boyle. I'm a real estate agent here in Southwest Ohio. And today we are going to do a driving tour of Hamilton, Ohio. Hamilton sits on the north side of Cincinnati. And if you are from out of town and thinking about moving to Hamilton, Ohio, or if you're from somewhere else in the Cincinnati area and you've heard about all the things going on in Hamilton and are thinking about moving into Hamilton, check out this video. We're going to do a drive around of Hamilton. We're going to hit downtown. We're going to hit some points of interest. We're going to hit some of the higher end of neighborhoods, some of the lower end neighborhoods, just so you can kind of see everything that Hamilton has to offer, the good, the bad. Right now, I'm sitting downtown Hamilton. Right behind me is the Well House. It is a boutique hotel by Hilton. Just over to my left is Markham Park. Straight in front of me is the Historic County Courthouse, and 2 more blocks down you have Carmignola in the gray, higher end Italian restaurants, there's candy stores. So about a quarter mile from here, there's all kinds of shops, there's all kinds of restaurants, there's all kinds of entertainment. River runs right through downtown Hamilton, so in the summertime you have a lot of river activities. So like I said, we're gonna hit just about all of it today. Check out the different areas of Hamilton. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, or let's go check out Hamilton. So here we are in downtown Hamilton. Like I said, we're here in the middle of the day. I'm gonna give you the good and the bad, and I'll tell you right up front, at least in my opinion, part of the bad is the amount of traffic that we see in downtown Hamilton. So Hamilton's a city of about 65,000 people roughly. And the main drag right through downtown Hamilton is, it's actually a state highway. It runs out to Westchester to the east and actually runs up to Oxford, Ohio on the northwest side. So you get a lot of traffic that comes through here. And on weekends, which I'll show you in a little bit, there is, it's called Spooky Nook Sports at Champion Mill, and it is the largest indoor sports complex in the United States. It sits right downtown Hamilton, and let me tell you, we'll get anywhere from 10,000 to 30,000 people that come into Hamilton on a weekend. So traffic does get bad on the weekends. It also, it has a hotel over there also, and it has, like I said, it's a huge indoor sports complex. I think it can hold 55 volleyball tournaments at once. That's a lot of tournaments. You go in that place and it's massive. It also has a, like a workout facility in it. It has a food court in it, has a soccer field out back that's actually outside. So I'll kind of touch base on that a little bit more, but again, here we are in downtown Hamilton. It's a cute little downtown. I'm going to tell you the downtown area is probably between a quarter mile and half a mile long. Again, you go a block either direction in downtown, you're full of shops, restaurants, entertainment, local businesses all through down here. Just right over to my right, that big building on your right, just the smaller one just to the right of it has a bar and restaurant in it. You've got the government center right downtown with the green roof on top of it on the right. First Financial Bank is over here. You've got Basil, which is like an Asian bistro up on the right. Hamilton is actually all full of parks also. And sculptures and murals. It's got a lot of that kind of stuff. So if you're an artsy type person, this might be a great fit for you. If you look to the left, you can see a little downtown pocket park there. Alexander's restaurant is right there to the left. You'll see a couple murals as we drive around town. You can see, if you pay attention to some of the transformer boxes, they are also painted kind of artsy. So it's actually pretty cool downtown. And let me tell you, 10 years ago, everything you see right here was virtually empty. Like there was nothing here. They've done such a wonderful job kind of rebuilding all of downtown. It is so much better than it used to be. There's so many more things than what there used to be here. So many more options for everything. So you'll have to check that out. But like I said, we're about 6 miles west of Westchester, Ohio. We are about 30 minutes north of downtown Cincinnati. There's a couple different routes that'll get you to downtown Cincinnati. There is I-75 that goes from Westchester straight into Cincinnati, and on like rush hour traffic, that might take 45-50 minutes, sometimes an hour to get there. Or you can, from here, you go down through Coleraine on the I-74, and you've got, that takes you right into the north side of downtown. And that's actually a little quicker, even though we're a little bit farther away, just because there's not as much traffic that goes there. So here's an underpass, obviously, heading into the second part of High Street. We're actually gonna go over 1 block to our north, and we're gonna look at Dayton Lane Historic District. So some of these houses over here are anywhere between 5,000 and about 9,000 or 10,000 square feet. A lot of them were built in the 1800s for politicians for Hamilton or prominent business owners. Some of them have been completely remodeled, some of them have not. But if you go in some of these houses, they are just absolutely beautiful homes. And they'll sell anywhere in this current market from probably 350,000 on the low end, all the way up to probably 600,000 or 700,000. Could potentially go a little bit higher for the right property. But you'll kind of see the difference in the lower end and the higher end over here. The next street we're coming up on is Campbell Avenue, and it is, there's some big old houses on Campbell Avenue also. So we will absolutely come back that street there and check that out. But you see to the left and to the right now, these huge old Victorian style houses, all brick. They've got like carriage garages. You see another one right up in front of you on the right and another one on the left. These houses are like the one across the street. It's probably about 6,000 square feet. It is fully remodeled. There's a doctor that lives there. We're gonna turn down the street here, and you can see these are beautiful old homes. It is a historic district, so you are kind of limited to what you can do on the outside of these homes. But again, they are just beautiful homes if you're into the architecture and character that you can get in houses that a lot of times you don't get in newer homes. So we're going to go up here a little bit farther. As you can see, the houses are getting a little bit smaller here. Still very nice. There is a house right up here, this yellow one on the corner. We're super familiar with it. We know the owners there. Very nice house. It's been completely redone also. We will head over to Campbell Avenue, and we're going to check out some of the old houses on Campbell Avenue. Right there on the left is a nice big old house, and on the right, I think the house, it is second one on the right there. I think that one is like the first postmaster of Hamilton. I think that might have been his house. It's one of those right there on the left. But right now we're between Dayton Lane, and we are to our right, and to the left is High Street that we were just on. So again, great little neighborhood here. It is walkable to downtown, to shops, to restaurants, all that fun stuff that you can do. So obviously that's one of the nice things that Hamilton has to offer. You can live in an area, a couple different neighborhoods that are completely walkable, or you can move into a neighborhood that's 2 minutes out of town, 5 minutes outside of downtown Hamilton, and still be a short commute, but you are in neighborhoods with newer houses in some cases, with older houses in other cases that are just a little bit out of town. So you get that more suburban neighborhood feel than what you get when you're downtown. So there is a train coming, so we got to funnel back onto High Street to save us a little bit of time. That is another thing. we've got a couple railroad crossings that go through in downtown Hamilton. So we do get stuck by trains from time to time when we're going through Hamilton. So like I said earlier, we are about 7 miles from Westchester, and to our northwest is Oxford, Ohio, where there's Miami University. That's about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to Miami University. Miami actually has a campus here in Hamilton that we will drive by and check out a little bit later, so you'll get to see that. So right now we are going to head over to back through downtown. We're going to drive by Spooky Nook that we talked about, and you're going to get to see the sports complex on the left and the big hotel, that's convention center, that's on the right. So that convention center is used. It was just used by GE Aviation for a few weeks. It's used by local high schools for their proms. Anything that can that you want to hold in any convention center type place, we've got the capacity here in Hamilton to do that. So here we are driving through downtown again. Actually, we're going to make a short little detour and show you kind of one of the most popular attractions that we have here in Hamilton and kind of the stuff that's around it. So here's a mural. This is the Rotary mural. The local Rotary Club in Hamilton sponsored that mural. But you've got those all over town, so pretty cool. Let's see. So we are headed to, like I said, Markham Park, Markham Center. Right on your left is All Ate Up Pizza, and on the right is Pinball Garage, restaurant and an entertainment place. Great food, a lot of fun. Here's one of the 2 parking garages that are downtown here on High Street. And then where we're gonna go, actually, you have the Y right here. So they have a workout facility in there. It's the YMCA. Indoor pool, handball courts, I believe. They actually have another one of those on the west side of Hamilton, and it also has an indoor pool. So Hamilton is split up between the east side and the west side. The river runs right down the middle, north to south. So when you hear me say the east side and west side, that's what I'm talking about. That is St. Julie's right there on the right. That is where I actually got married. This is Markham Park. So you see it right there. They hold summer concert series here every Thursday and most Saturdays, and most of them are free. They have awesome performers come out here, great concerts. They have food trucks lined up. The city is out here. It is such a great place for concerts. It's actually been voted one of the best outdoor concert venues in the Cincinnati area for multiple years in a row. So if you are here in the summer, you have to check out their concert series. Here's a Courtyard by Marriott that's right downtown. And then on your left, I've got Tano Bistro. It's a nice higher end bistro. It's a salon. We got Four House, the Casual Pint. If you see the stoplight right in front of us, that is High Street where we started. Right on the other side of that stoplight is actually where we started the video. So kind of making a circle. Right on your right is another mural. And then next to it is Municipal Brew Works. It was one of the first breweries here once they started kind of the revitalization of Hamilton. They were kind of the OC, or the OG. So great beer, great people that own that. And here we are crossing the river that runs right through downtown Hamilton. This splits the east side and the west side. And then we are gonna make a right up here, and I'm gonna show you, we're gonna drive through right smack through the middle of Spooky Nook, which again is the largest indoor sports complex in the country. Just a great thing to have in downtown. It was kind of the catalyst to the revitalization of Hamilton. It brings in so many people down here. And before that, it was actually an empty paper mill. It's been sitting empty for decades. So it's just amazing what they've done to it since they purchased it.
I think the original Spooky Nook is in maybe Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And then again, I don't know how it all happened. I have an idea, but we'll see. They found this spot in Hamilton in this mill, and you can kind of see it on the left. They kept a lot of the original brick facade from the paper mill on the front and on the sides. On the right is the hotel and convention center. And then on the left is the sports part of it. So it's a lot bigger than it looks from the outside, believe it or not. The locals call this the canyon. If you start to drive through here, it kind of feels like a canyon because of the walls of both of these old paper mills on both sides of you. They just did such a good job rehabbing these and building these back up to nice buildings. They were in pretty bad shape at one time. So on the left again is all the sports facilities, workout facility, food court, restaurants. They have multiple different restaurants in there. They have some shops in there. That white building on your left right there is going to be a boutique hotel. So you can kind of see parking on both sides, river still on the right. Again, that's Spooky Nook. Spooky Nook Sports at Champion Mill is the official name of it. So check it out. Google it online if you want. You can see right up on the right, there's one of those transformer boxes I was talking about. Again, our city is very artsy. So you can see one of those transfer boxes that's been painted. They're like that all over town. There's some really cool ones. So next, we are headed north right now. We're gonna check out kind of one of the, I'm gonna say mid-range neighborhoods and then higher end neighborhoods that are actually in the city of Hamilton. So you'll get to see those. Very nice neighborhoods, and they're not even 5 minutes from downtown Hamilton. This is called Star Hill here on the left. That's one of what you would call the lower range neighborhoods. And then New Miami is going to be right here on the right. And then we're going to head up the hill, make a turn. You're going to see Hamilton Freshman School up here. They're actually revamping some of the schools here in Hamilton. I believe they're going to change this to an elementary school. And they're moving some of the students around. So Hamilton schools, check them out. We also have Baden High School, which is the only Catholic high school in Butler County, is right in Hamilton. We will pass that one in just a little bit also, so you'll get to see that. But there on the right was the freshman school. We've got a new neighborhood going in right up here for new construction. If that's what you're looking for, that's the model house right there on the right. Those are going to go between probably $550 and about $800. So you'll see that in there. The low is $500. And then you have a patio home complex right there. Those are very nice and very desirable in this area also. Has swimming pool, workout center. On the left is, oh man, I forgot the name of it. It is a retirement community. And it's Colonial Homes. They have a restaurant back there, Coach House. It is one of the very nice retirement areas in the area if you're looking for something like that. So this is Hamilton West Estates. And these houses range in the low end, probably 350 to 4, and the high end, probably 550 to 6, maybe. 6 might be a little high. Maybe back to on the right where some of the newer houses are at. These were probably built early 2000s. But yes, very nice little neighborhood. Again, you're not even 5 minutes from downtown Hamilton. So you're close to a lot of shopping. Kroger is 10 minutes from here. Restaurant, shops, all that kind of stuff. Again, nice neighborhood. Like I said, 350 to probably 5 or 550 is really kind of the higher end. So as we get back here, these are a little bit newer. This was phase 2 and 3 of this neighborhood. It took a little while because remember that crash in 08, 09. That was happened right as the initial one was getting built. So we put a little bit of pause on that, and these houses back here are probably about 10 years newer roughly. And some of them are actually still being built back here in a few lots kind of scattered about here and there. So these houses, some of these have been built in the last year or two. Some of them maybe 5 years ago. You kind of see nice neighborhood back here. Ranches, 2 stories. Very popular area back here. And then the next neighborhood we're going to go into is called Random Hills. It is, again, one of the nicer neighborhoods. It was probably built in the 90s and early 2000s. Houses in this neighborhood range from probably 400 to about 6 or 650. Somewhere in that range. You may get one here or there that's fully updated that goes a little bit higher than that. Not a huge neighborhood, but very nice. Again, this is called Random Hills. You can see it's a good mixture of ranch, 2-story, brick. Got some siding in this area. The topography is pretty nice. It's not just all flat. You do get some character in the land here. There's a big pond back on your left over here. That's for the neighborhood. Again, just nice neighborhood in the probably 400 to 600 range, maybe a little bit higher, depending on the property. Right now we are on the, I guess it'd be the northwest side of downtown Hamilton. And we are, again, about 5 minutes from downtown Hamilton. So we're still not far away. Kind of get that suburban feel. You've heard stories about the Midwest and how friendly people are. Once it starts to get nice out, you see people sitting in the driveways, talking, kids running around. That's the type of neighborhood that this is going to be. So we are going to go up into Random Oaks and check out Random Oaks. Random Oaks is kind of 2 neighborhoods in Hamilton that are like what Random Oaks is going to be like. And I think you're going to see both of them. One of them's a little bit older than the other one, but oh, I turned too early because I wasn't paying attention. But you get to see another little street here. Again, these houses are not cookie cutter. They are all a little bit different. So you're not going to come in here and buy a house and walk in your neighbor's house and it's going to be the same floor plan, which you get a lot in these newer neighborhoods. I know that because I was in architecture field for 10 years and I used to draw them for builders. This is not like that. Every one of these floor plans is going to be a little different or a lot different. So this is the road I actually need to turn on. These, again, these are going to go in the probably 350 to 450 range. A lot of 3 and 4 bedroom houses with 2 and 3 car garages. Pretty typical of a mid-range neighborhood in Hamilton, Ohio. Again, very nice kept homes, nicely kept homes. Right back here is Random Oaks. These homes sit on anywhere from about 1.5 acres up to maybe 4 or 5 acres. They will sell in the probably $550,000 to $800,000 or $900,000 range. Not a big neighborhood, which is fine, but you can see very nice wooded lots. There are some, obviously, topography here, lakes. So we're going to go up this street and turn around. This is really kind of 3 dead-end streets is kind of the best way to describe this neighborhood as far as how it's laid out. But you can see these are very nice lots, bigger houses, 3, sometimes 4-car garages, wooded tree line in the back. Again, these are going to go in probably the 550 all the way up to, could be as high as 800-ish, is what you're going to see back in this neighborhood. These don't sell very often. Once people get back in here, they tend to stay. So if this type of neighborhood is the type you're looking for, the best thing to do is get a hold of a real estate agent, maybe us, and we will call the people that we know back in here and see if any of them are thinking about selling or if they know anyone that's thinking about selling. I'll go up one more street. It's short. And get a good view of a couple of the other houses back here. We've got a little bit of time. So again, a little bit hilly back in here. These houses range from probably 4,000 to 7,000 or 8,000 square feet. This is probably the biggest one. If not the biggest, it's the second biggest one. It sold a couple of years ago. Well, it's been 7 or 8 years ago at this point. I think back then it sold for about 700,000. The house right in front of us, that's actually the developer's house. That's who built and developed this neighborhood. He actually built a lot of houses in the Hamilton area. So we are headed over to Main Street, and on the way there, we're going to stop at a couple different neighborhoods that you might be interested in that are on the little bit lower end, but then we're going to, well, you'll see, but we're going to head into Prospect Hill. Prospect Hill was originally developed back in probably the 30s and 40s, maybe a little bit earlier than that. And a lot of the people that lived in Prospect Hill were actually the people that worked at the factories here in town. They had paper was a big industry here. Actually, during the war, there was a facility here that built crankshafts for battleships, actually, which is kind of cool. So that's one of the cool things about living in a city like Hamilton. You get such a wide variety of different neighborhoods. There's so much history around. If you like architecture with character, you're going to get a lot of that here. You get houses that sell as low as 150,000 all the way up to, like I said, 800,000 or 900,000. It could go over $1 million depending on what house it is. There are a couple houses around that could go for over $1 million at this point. So now we are headed towards Prospect Hill, and then we'll pop out on actually in Highland Park, which is a really cool little neighborhood that I'm excited to show you guys. So these houses sell from probably 200 to about 350, somewhere in that range, depending on how updated they are and the size. You'll see small ranches, you'll see some bigger 2-stories. Nice sunny day here in Hamilton. I can talk about the weather and what we get here. So in Hamilton, as you're looking at these houses in the winter, there are winters we hardly get any snow at all, and there are winters we get a bunch of it. It just kind of depends. Summers can get low to mid 90s. Sometimes it'll get over 100, sometimes it won't. Just kind of depends. So you get a big range of temperatures here. You get all 4 seasons. There are certain times in a 24-hour period you swing 50, 60 degrees. So that's not super uncommon. So keep that in mind. Yeah, we get all the seasons here, all the different temperatures. This here is Prospect Hill. These houses sell in the probably 180 to, I don't know, 250 maybe. You can see right up in front of us on top of the hill is the hospital. It's Kettering Hospital. that sits right in Hamilton, Ohio. I have been there myself a few times. I have had great experiences there. So I can tell you about those if you really want to hear. Not super exciting, but some people want to know what the hospital's like. I can tell you, I have personal experience. Again, this is Prospect Hill, so you're going to see houses, like I said, 180 to probably 250 is the high end of what you're going to get. Some rentals back in here, some short-term rentals back in here. If you're an investor, Hamilton does allow short-term rentals. They do have some stipulations around it. I do own a couple here in Hamilton, and they are, for the most part, pretty good to work with. That was an old school there that has since been torn down when they replaced all the schools about 15 years ago. So we are coming up on Highland Park. Highland Park is an older neighborhood. You could walk from Highland Park to downtown Hamilton, especially to Main Street. Just some really cool houses back in here that you're gonna get to see in just a minute. A lot of character. A lot of them have been updated. Highland Park, probably on the low end, probably 180 to 200. And that's on the other side of Highland Park that we're not gonna see. On this side of Highland Park, the bigger houses and the ones that have been updated for the most part, then you're probably gonna get 350, maybe a little bit higher than that. But there are just some really cool houses back in here. Highland Park is called Highland Park because it's full of little pocket parks. These houses were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s. A lot of them have been updated, some of them have not, but just a beautiful little neighborhood. You have to come back. I'll do these again in the summer when everything is nice and green and lush. You'll get to see what this looks like then. Just a fantastic little neighborhood, great little houses. You see one of the little pocket parks right here. Again, a lot of these here have been updated. Just Tudor style. I'm gonna call it transitional style for some of these and mixture of a couple different. You've got just some really cute houses. The lots in here are maybe a quarter-acre max. They're designed like that specifically, small lots. They don't want real big lots in here. That's why you're gonna get, you're just gonna get smaller lots with those pocket parks. That's kind of the whole point of what Highland Park is. So if you don't want a big yard, you don't want to have to cut a bunch of grass, but you want a really nice little house close to downtown Hamilton, Highland Park is definitely one of those neighborhoods that you should check out. So we are coming up on Main Street here. I'm going to show you some of the restaurants, shops, and stuff on Main Street that we're going to hit. We're going to hit part of Main Street, and then, actually, no, we'll hit it all. We'll circle back so you can see Rossville. No, we're not. We're going to do it a little different. We're going to see Main Street and then part of Rossville Historic District, which is another one of the historic districts here in Hamilton. But you'll get to see most of Main Street. Again, Main Street's going to have shops, restaurants, entertainment, little small businesses, great little place. It's walkable from a lot of these neighborhoods. Like you saw, we were in Highland Park not even a minute ago, and we're already on Main Street, right downtown. So High Street and Main Street have Dora, so it's designated outdoor recreational area. You can carry drinks from one place to the next. They have festivals, they have concerts, they have all kinds of stuff in downtown Hamilton. You can see all the little shops down here. This outdoor, it's called the Hub, outdoor bar. They got restaurants. Richard's Pizza is one of the staples. Great pizza. They ship their steak sandwiches all over the world, at least all of the United States. I don't know about the world, they might. Right here is agave and rye. It's like really cool Americanized tacos, maybe is the way to say it. Got Rossville Flats here on the left, apartments. So this is Main Street, coffee shops, restaurants, shops, bars, all that kind of stuff right here on Main Street in Hamilton, and we are about 3 blocks from the river where you would cross over into the High Street Central Business District. So we are, and actually I was supposed to go straight there. We'll circle around this way right here. And then we'll go back up to Rossville Historic District. So this is, some of these houses are starting to be remodeled, purchased and completely remodeled. Young professionals moving into these. Again, you're completely walkable to right downtown Hamilton to here. It's 2 blocks to Main Street there. And then here is the Rossville Historic District. So these are nice, big, old houses once again. It is a historic district, so you're limited on what you can do to the outside of these houses. But again, beautiful old houses. These things will sell anywhere from probably 300 up to about 600. Could go a little higher than that, depending on the house and if it's been completely renovated. Beautiful little historic district here. So some bigger houses, some smaller houses, but they're all very well taken care of. And they are all very nice little houses in a very popular little neighborhood. I'm going to go straight here. I'm going to show you, we're going to pass Veterans Park on our way over to some of the houses on the east side. We're going to hit Joyce Park and some of the other stuff over there before we circle back just a little bit and show you a couple other things. So right on your left up here is Veterans Park. It's going to be right on the river. So they hold events here. There's a place that you can rent if you want to hold an event here. They have shelters here. The fireworks are set off right down here. So it's a great little park, and it's right, again, not even a quarter mile from Main Street. It's right, overlooks the river. You can see it right there on the left. That lodge there is an awesome place to host birthday parties, retirement parties, anniversary parties. Price very nice, great view overlooking the river. And then here we are back to the river again. Again, Hamilton, I guess to our south is Fairfield. Not even 3 miles to the south is Fairfield. So keep an eye out in the future. We will do a video on Fairfield. But you see, there's a couple really cool churches. It's kind of hard to see, but just to the left, you might see it after I make this little turn. It's downtown Hamilton. So we're right back, maybe 1/8 of a mile south of downtown Hamilton here. Hamilton has 3 different bridges that cross through. They're hoping to add a 4th on the north side to alleviate some of the traffic. But right now there's 3 that you can choose from. We are on the Columbia Bridge right here. Hamilton has some really cool old churches. You can see one of the steeples there in front of us. You saw one in St. Julie's earlier where I happened to get married. On the other side of the river right now, that gray building you see over there, that is Riverside Athletic and Tennis and Athletic Center. Great tennis facilities over there. One of the best tennis coaches around. People come from all over to get lessons there and take lessons there. My daughter trained there for a long time. It's the one over there with the really shiny roof over there. And then right next to it, the smaller gray building is Bowling Lanes. So that is Riverside Tennis Club. And then it's hard to see here, but you can see it up in the distance, and we're going to pass one of these up here where the dam is an access point to the Great Miami River Trail. It is a 77-mile trail along the Great Miami River. Goes from Fairfield, Ohio up to Middletown, Ohio, and then it stops. There's a little break right now. They do plan on connecting it. And then from Middletown, it goes up to Piqua, Ohio. So I believe you can get off the trail through Middletown and get to the other half of the trail. But it is called the Great Miami River Trail. And right here is one of the access points. Again, It's just a 77-mile long biking, walking trail. If you paid attention to the left, that's Miami University of Hamilton campus. We'll drive by that on the way back so you can see a little bit better. You can see the bike trail on the right. Again, that goes down to Fairfield, Ohio, up to the north side of Middletown, and then there's a break, and then from there you can get up to Piqua, Ohio. So we are actually going to go through here in just a minute. Actually on the left is Old Safety Town and some pickleball courts. Those pickleball courts called Powerhouse courts. Typically they're packed. I'm surprised they're not busy right now. Those are public courts. They're free. Grab your pickleball paddle and your ball and come out and play. We are headed to Fairfield, or close to Fairfield, to Joyce Park. Joyce Park has baseball diamonds, it has soccer fields, it has football field, it has a BMX track, it has a water sports park, it has some event spaces. They host big baseball and really huge soccer tournaments here. They've had those here for years. They have a CYO league for young kids that has soccer, and they play baseball here also. You can also access the Great Miami River Trail through Joyce Park. So you can go drop your kid off at sports in the park and go walk the trail for a little while they're practicing if you want to do that. They also have, and we're going to pass it here in just a second, they also have a remote control radio airplane course or designated area here where you can bring your remote control airplane and helicopters and fly them around. It's the only area around that I know of that actually does that. So you're going to see that right up here on the right. Then we're going to pass baseball diamonds. I'm not going to take you through the whole park because this is a pretty big park, but you get the gist. You've got hiking trails. You've got the Great Miami River Trail. You've got the radio controlled airplane area here on the right. We are actually leaving Hamilton and headed into Fairfield, and then the other half of this park is actually in Hamilton. So this park splits both Fairfield and Hamilton. You've got baseball diamonds, you got soccer, and then on the way out you'll see the water sports park that they have that's open in the summertime here. For those seasonal facilities, it's for the most part Memorial Day to Labor Day. That's when pools are open here. Now private pools, that's different. I have a private pool here, and we open our pool the first week of April. We turn the heat on in May, and we leave our pool open until probably mid-October. So if it's heated, from May to October, sometimes in November, is kind of the pool season here if you buy a house with a pool or if you buy a house and decide to put a pool in. That's kind of the season that you can expect to get. It doesn't, like a solar cover would be good. Doesn't have to be heated. You can see baseball diamonds here on the left. That's the Great Miami River Trail right there on the right. The river's about 50 yards over to the right there. Right on the other side of that levee there. And then right up here, when I make a left, you're gonna see just a huge field that's all soccer fields. And if I would go back there, that back there is where the Baden High School baseball field, varsity baseball field is at. You have you have a football field that the younger ages for Baden uses. And then you have all the soccer fields, and all the way back there is also the BMX track that's back there. A lot of times they have it locked nowadays. Growing up, they used to have it open to the public all the time. We used to take our bikes there and just hit that BMX track. It was pretty cool. But here's soccer fields on the right, baseball fields on the left. We are getting ready to cross back into Hamilton here. And then we will stay in Hamilton as we get back. Here is actually a skate park on the right. You can see that's open to the public. That's always open. This is an old driving range here. So Joe Nuxall actually used to come and hang out here On Saturday mornings, it was a batting range and a driving range, and he used to come and hang out here on Saturday mornings and talk to all the kids. I met him a handful of times growing up. Right here on the right is the water sports park that I was talking about. It's called Wake Nation. And then more soccer fields here on the left. If you want to look up Wake Nation, you can look that up. Soccer fields again on the left. Little play set area up here for the younger siblings while their older siblings are playing soccer. Then we are going to head back towards downtown. I'm guessing we have about probably 15 minutes left in our tour, just to give you guys an idea of about how much long. Feel free to fast forward through some of this, but stay to the end because I got some good stuff at the end, some things I really want to show you. We're also going to pass one of the public golf courses. So Hamilton has 2 public golf courses that they own, and they are in really good shape. They're really good courses. They're not super expensive to play. There's people already out playing on them this time of year. So they do open them in the winter when it's unusually warm out. Like Christmas Day was 68 degrees here. There are other times where Christmas we have 6 inches of snow. So I guess one of the pros and cons of Hamilton, Ohio weather is it's very schizophrenic. Even in the summer, sometimes you get days where the highs are in the 50s or 60s. That's rare, but it does happen. Most of the time you're in the 70s and 80s, low 80s, and be probably normal 84, 85 is probably our average in the summer. And in the winter, it's probably 35 to 40. But again, we've gotten 15 below zero all the way up to probably 108, 109 degrees in this area. So maybe not 108, 109, probably 103, 104. My truck has said 108 before, but that's probably running a little bit warm. So here we're headed back. You're going to see, we're going to head back up. We're going to drive past Miami University Hamilton. And actually Hamilton, if you go to school in Hamilton, this is new, and if you have questions about this, reach out, but I'm pretty sure you can actually go to Miami Hamilton for free. That's one of the new things that they have. So if you go to school at the Hamilton City School District and you graduate from there, you can actually go to Miami Hamilton for free. So I am 90% sure of that. That's actually really cool. That opens up access to a college tuition to a lot of people that may not have been able to actually afford to go to college. On your right, right over there, the top of the houses, that is Lindenwold. Lindenwold is another popular area of Hamilton. It's another kind of suburb of Hamilton. And houses in Lindenwold started about probably 150 to 170 and go up to maybe 300, somewhere between 250 and 300. There are outliers in Lindenwold that are going to be a little bit nicer, but for the most part, you're going to be in the 225 to probably 280 range in Lindenwold. Very popular area. A lot of people from Hamilton grew up in Lindenwold. Actually, both my dad and my grandparents grew up in Lindenwold. My in-laws grew up in Lindenwold. So it is just, they call it the Wald for the locals. But yes, it is a very popular area. There's a lot of people that still live in Hamilton that grew up in Lindenwold. It is a great neighborhood for starter houses. If you're a first-time home buyer, cute little neighborhoods, a lot of character. A lot of people will buy those to live in them for 3 to 5 years. Then they'll sell it and they'll buy something a little bit bigger in one of the other neighborhoods in Hamilton. Some people will stay in Lindenwold their entire life. I know my grandma did. She passed away. Well, she lived there until she was 93, 92. And then she moved in with my parents over on West Side Hamilton. She couldn't live by herself, but she lived there her entire life until she was 92 years old, I believe. So yeah, the whole time right there in Lindenwold. I think she owned 4 houses in her life, and they were all in Lindenwold. So we're going to go 1 block over so we can hit Miami Hamilton on the way back. Drive through there so you can kind of see it. My degree is from Miami University. I actually took a couple classes here at Miami Hamilton in the summertime. They're typically cheaper. You still get the same credit hours. And if you get a degree from Miami Hamilton, it doesn't say Miami Hamilton. It says Miami University. So the classes you take here are Miami University classes. When you go out in the job world and you hand them your resume or you send them your resume, it says Miami University. And let me tell you, the reputation of Miami University is phenomenal. My first job out of college was in Broomfield, Colorado, and they knew all about my university all the way out in Broomfield, Colorado. Lived out there for 2 years. So I grew up in Hamilton, moved out to Broomfield, went away to college for a couple of years, came back, finished at Miami, moved out to Broomfield, Colorado for a little while, and then came back here to Hamilton, and I've been back here since. So you can see Miami and Hamilton buildings are right here on the right. We're going to circle around and approach the buildings so you can kind of see them. Again, these classes that they have here at Miami Hamilton, they are Miami University classes. So you take those and it's a Miami degree. You can see right in front of us, cute little campus. They actually have a basketball team, Miami University Hamilton does. They have a baseball team. So if you like sports and you go to Miami, that might be an option for you. We are not even 5 minutes from downtown Hamilton. And actually, I'm glad I came this way because I'm going to show you, we have a minor league baseball team here in Hamilton called the Hamilton Joes. The Hamilton Joes were named after Joe Nuxall. If you don't know who Joe Nuxall was, I was talking about him earlier and how he used to come and hang out with the kids up back there in Joyce Park. You don't know who he is. He was the youngest pitcher in Major League Baseball. I think he was 14 years old when he started pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. So he grew up right here in Hamilton. Lived here his entire life. His family actually opened up a thing called the Miracle Field, which is in Fairfield, right next to Hamilton, and right next to Joyce Park. And it is a baseball field and a baseball league for kids with disabilities. Look it up. It is absolutely such a cool thing. You can go volunteer there. You can go be a fan and just yell and support the kids. It is really cool. But anyway, right back up here on the left, we're going to pass, it's called Foundation Field, and that's where the Hamilton Joes play. The players are typically from some of the minor league teams all over the country, and it's their summer ball league. So you can come and kind of see professional baseball right here in downtown Hamilton. And I think tickets are like $10 or something. The players will come out and talk to the kids. I know the field's very nice. My son, as a freshman at Baden, that was their home field. So it's a full turf field. They have concessions, bathrooms, and it's good baseball. So if you're a baseball fan, come and check out the Hamilton Joes here in Hamilton. So right up here on the right is one of the elementary schools. I think they have 8 elementary schools. And then just beyond it, you're going to see Foundation Field on the right. On the left is the Advanced Manufacturing Workforce and Innovation Hub. That's actually new. It used to be Champion Paper's headquarters. But yes, it is a pretty cool concept, so you can Google that and check that out. So right there on the right, Foundation Field, they're actually out there practicing now. So yeah, they've got a really cool little minor league ballpark here that a lot of people don't know about. So we're going to head back across the river. Probably got about maybe 8 to 10 more minutes left. See a couple more cool things. And then I'll wrap up our tour of Hamilton, Ohio. You'll get to see kind of the golf course, another one of the higher end neighborhoods, and another mid-range neighborhood. So we're going to go past or across the Columbia Bridge again. And actually, we're going to drive out, and I'm going to show you real quick Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park. It's like a 300-acre sculpture park. I think it has like 60 different sculptures in it. It has hiking trails. It has an event center in it also. They do a really cool Christmas light display in the winter where you drive through it. It is 3 minutes right out here. So we're going to drive by and show you the entry there. And we'll also pass Pullman Lanes and we'll pass Riverside Tennis Center. We already went straight ahead. That's where we came down the hill. That's where Veterans Park is at. We're going to make a left here instead of doubling back through there. And then we'll go on the backside of Potter's Golf Course. You can see that. And then we'll hit those two last little neighborhoods. And I got a little surprise for you at the end that I can show you. So again, if you are looking for kind of a place outside of Cincinnati to live, this is a good one. And to be honest, we are about 40 minutes from Dayton also, maybe 45 depending on traffic. So we're kind of sandwiched right between downtown Cincinnati and downtown Dayton. My daughter actually goes to the University of Dayton, so we drive up there a lot, between 45 and 55 minutes depending on traffic. You go up there at 5 or 6 o'clock, it's 55 minutes. But if you're up there off hours, 45, maybe 50. So yeah, you're kind of sandwiched right between downtown Cincinnati, downtown Dayton. And when you're in Hamilton, you are a good old 15 to 20 minutes from Oxford, Ohio, where my university's at, which is such a cool town. So maybe we'll hit that one here soon too and do a driving tour of that. So here, straight ahead, you're gonna see Pullman Lanes. You're gonna see the Eagles, which is like a private bar, club type thing. Minix drive-through. Minix is a big name around here for their drive-throughs. And then you're going to see Riverside Tennis right up here on the left. And then I'll take you out real quick and show you the entry to Pyramid Hill. Your little Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park, Hamilton, Ohio. And you'll see the event centers like half underground. They have all those sculpture parks. You can hike out there. Just a wonderful place. So happy to have it here, so close to Hamilton. So here we go. We're going to go about 2 minutes out here and show you the entry to Pyramid Hill. And then we will head back and check out the golf course and those last two neighborhoods, and then a little surprise at the end. The little surprise I'm a little partial to. I've been a member there 19 years almost. I think my wife has been a member there. I'm not even going to tell you because she's been a member there her whole life. And if I tell you that, then you'll know how old she is. She'll probably get mad at me. So again, this is 128. This actually, about 10 minutes straight out here, you're going to hit Ross, Ohio. Ross is a very popular little area. It's a rural farm community. It sits between Hamilton and Coleraine, where 275, the loop around Cincinnati hits. So nice little area, a couple restaurants, a couple gas stations, and nice houses. That summarizes Ross. So I can do one of Ross sometime, but it won't be very long because their little downtown area just it's not real big, which is kind of the appeal of it. So yes, we're actually to the right is Pyramid Hill now. We just haven't hit the entrance. Oh, right there it is. So we are going to turn around real quick. Right up here. I was expecting it to be another 150 yards up. So we're going to turn around right here. This is a gravel pit. You can stop here and pick up gravel, or you can pick up topsoil, that kind of stuff. It's cheaper to buy by the truckload as opposed to going to Lowe's or Home Depot. Nice to have 2 minutes outside of Hamilton. We'll let this car go through, and then we will go check out Pyramid Hill real quick. This will be one of our longer videos because Hamilton is such a big area. I may end up splitting these into smaller neighborhoods, maybe east side and west side, and maybe smaller little pocket neighborhoods. So here's the entrance to Pyramid Hill. We'll drive up here a little bit just so you can see it. This is the entrance. Again, in the summer when this is all grown in, it is just gorgeous. I think it's about 300 acres has hiking trails, walking trails. They hold an art fair here. They hold different events. The chamber holds events. They have that event center. People come up here for photography. Like this, you can use it for so many different things. So I am going to go up here and turn around real quick because it costs to get in here. I think it's $10 or for like $50, you can buy a membership for the whole year. So we're gonna head back into Hamilton and show you those last couple neighborhoods and that last little club that I was telling you about. But we'll go by the golf course also. Again, this Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park, they have events, hiking, all the cool outdoor stuff. Like I said, I think they have, I want to say 56 sculptures. I could be wrong on that. But they have some really cool ones, and they're just kind of scattered all about the park. So you could go out hiking for a day and maybe see all 56 of them if you had a map of them. And about a minute and a half back into Hamilton. So again, we're sandwiched between Oxford, Dayton, and Cincinnati. And Westchester's just to our east. Hamilton has that community feel that some of the suburbs of Cincinnati don't have. Good, bad, or indifferent. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people rather have a neighborhood. Some people want the little downtown historic area. To each their own. Hamilton has some really cool like festivals. They have Operation Pumpkin that brings in like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80,000 people in the fall. They have car shows. They have the summer concert series. Just so many things always going on. They do a music on Main, where they have music on Main Street throughout the summer. Just so many things I'm forgetting. There's always something going on. If you're looking for stuff to do, they've always got different things going on. So it is such a cool place to raise your family and have kids, and so many different things for the kids to do, so many different things for the parents to do. You're starting to see young professionals move into Hamilton. Like I said, 10 years ago, there really wasn't a whole lot in Hamilton. It was the beginning of the revitalization that came from a couple different pioneers that moved into Hamilton and Spooky Nook. So we're going to make a left here. We're going to go up past the golf course. It's going to be right up here on the right. So this little neighborhood here on the left, a little bit bigger lots between quarter acre and I don't know, a little bit less than half an acre. Houses in here go from low 2s to low 3s. Again, you are maybe 3 minutes from downtown here. We do have Uber here. So if you're wondering, can I Uber downtown and go out to restaurants and bars and Uber home? Yes, you can. See the golf course on the right, people out playing today. It is March 9th, and people are out playing golf today. It is about 67 degrees and sunny right now. 2 weeks ago, maybe, we got 14 inches of snow. That's Hamilton, Ohio weather for you right there. Hamilton and Cincinnati, like the rain snow line seems to always fall somewhere between northern Kentucky, that's about 30 miles south of us, where Cincinnati is, and Dayton, which is about 40 miles north of us. That rain snow line falls right in there almost every time. And to the south, a lot of times it's rain. To the north, it's snow. And sometimes, believe it or not, it is snow on the south side and rain on the north side. I don't get it. I don't know. It is what it is. But you can see Baden High School Stadium off to your left through the trees, or off to your right through the trees. Potter's Golf Course is there on your right. Baden, again, is the only Catholic high school in Butler County. They just built a new sports complex and facility that was very much deserved. So if that's what you're into, you've got that option there. Here, these lots are about half-acre lots. These houses along here will sell for, I don't know, 350 to 5, somewhere in that range. You can see Hamilton has, it's somewhat hilly. You're going to get this from time to time in Hamilton. There's not a flat area by any means. Some people like that, some people don't. I think it adds character to the area. That's just my opinion. And when you're on a walk or a hike, then that helps. So speaking of that, Hamilton has a couple parks throughout that have hiking trails and that kind of stuff. And just outside of Hamilton, not even 3 minutes out of Hamilton, there's a couple Butler County Metro parks that are a couple hundred acres with all kinds of hiking. I go to one of them regularly, and I can hike 6 or 7 miles at a time without backtracking anywhere. So you have those options. You do have a couple of little bit smaller parks that you can hike in the city of Hamilton. There's one right behind us, right down from Baden. I'm going to take you through Britton Ridge, and then hit one last neighborhood, and then my little surprise at the end. So Britton Ridge was built in the 2005 to maybe 2015. These houses back in here, they're going to sell, I'm going to say 230 to probably 380, 400, somewhere in that range. Mostly vinyl, nice houses. You got ranches, got 2 stories, anywhere from 1,400 square feet on the small end to probably 2,400 square feet on the higher end. With a finished basement, you might get a little bit higher than that. If you're not from this area, most houses in this area have basements. We do have houses on slabs and crawl spaces, but I'm going to tell you 70% of houses have full basements. Just keep that in mind. Right in front of us is Ridgeway Elementary. It's one of the elementary schools for Hamilton City Schools. Again, they built all new elementary schools about 15 years ago, and they are nice. We are going to circle left here, and then so we're going to hit that last little neighborhood and then that last little spot. And then if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to put those questions down below in the comments, or obviously you can shoot us a message. I'll be glad to send you any kind of additional information that you might want, or answer any questions that you have. And keep an eye, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're going to do more and more of these. Like I said, I've grown up in the Cincinnati area, spent a lot of time all over the place, and we're going to hit a lot of these neighborhoods. If there are any neighborhoods that you're looking at, feel free to go ahead and mention them below, and maybe I'll move that one up on the list. If we haven't done it yet, we'll go ahead and move it up on the list and get it done sooner. So this is New London neighborhood. Right down to our left is the golf course in Baden High School. We just kind of circled off of that road for just a minute. We are still in the city of Hamilton. You'll see as we go out, the lots are going to start to get a little bit bigger here. And then we're going to stop right about the city limits. So it's kind of strange to think about this, but you can see these lots are about half acre. Then you're going to, right here, we kind of start to get into 3 and 5 acre lots. There's actually a lot that sits in the city of Hamilton that's like 70 acres, believe it or not. So you can see here, if you want a lot on land in the city of Hamilton, you can do that. Some people really want to live in the city because City of Hamilton owns all their own utilities. So all your utilities, electric, gas, sewer, water, and refuse, all come on one bill. They control the cost. I can tell you this because I see utility bills from all over the Cincinnati and Dayton area. Hamilton utilities are pretty cheap, and they're very, very reliable. Again, I check utility bills for all of my clients that I work with all over the Cincinnati and Dayton area. So I can compare them apples to apples, and you will be happy with Hamilton utilities. The other thing is Hamilton does have an income tax. I think it's a 2% income tax, roughly. So do keep that in mind when you are thinking about moving into Hamilton. They do have that additional income tax on top of the property taxes. I want to say property taxes, on a $500,000 house in the city of Hamilton might be $6,000 a year, just to kind of give you a frame of reference. So keep that in mind. Obviously, you've got to pull that in or figure that into your numbers. So this is Heathwood Road, Heathwood Lane, and it is 1 to 4 or 5 acre lots. It is New London Hills subdivision, technically. Very nice houses. There's about 55 houses back in here. They sell from 350 to about 800. And 350 is going to be houses that have not been updated. And that might actually be a little low at this point, like 400 to 800. All the houses are completely different. There are no two houses in here. You have traditional homes, you have contemporary homes, you have transitional homes, you have ranches, you have 2 stories. This is one of the very popular neighborhoods in the city of Hamilton. Yes, we are still in the city here. So yes, very popular neighborhood. Not very big. Like I said, it's only about 50 homes. So you can see these houses, very nice, nicely maintained. Anywhere from, I want to say the minimum in here is 2,800 square feet and up. One of the houses in here I know hits just over 6,000 square feet, maybe over 7. So again, this is New London Hills subdivision. It is Heathwood Lane. A lot of people in Hamilton know it as Heathwood, not New London subdivision. But we're going to go right up here and we are going to check out my last little surprise. So this is a private club. So like I said, I've been a member of for 19 years. I know that because my daughter's 19 and he joined it the year that she was born. My wife has been a member basically her whole life. She grew up out here. It is New London Hills Swim and Tennis Club. It is, I'm going to say it's about 7 acres roughly. It has 3 swimming pools. It has a main pool, a lap pool. They have competition swim in the summer there. And it has a baby pool. It has 6 tennis courts. This is actually where Baden High School plays tennis. It is a seasonal club, so it opens Memorial Day weekend and closes Labor Day weekend. So it is a little bit of a mess right now. They'll come in and start cleaning it up. The grounds here are fantastic. It's so beautiful in the summer. They've got some trails in the back. They have a fire pit in the back. They got lights that go out through the club at nighttime. They have a Frisbee golf course here. You can see the tennis courts right in front of us. It is such a great place. If you don't want to put a pool in your home, you can become a member here at New London Hills Swim and Tennis Club. Like I said, I have been a member for out here my entire life. Not my entire life, since about 19 years ago. And it has just been such a wonderful experience for my family and my kids. So that is our tour through the city of Hamilton, Ohio. Again, we are about 30 minutes north of Cincinnati and about 40 minutes south of Dayton. If you are considering moving to Hamilton from either out of state or from anywhere else in the area, if you have any questions, please reach out. We would love to help you out, love to help you in your home search. Or just comment below and we'll answer those questions, and feel free to message us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If there are any neighborhoods in the Cincinnati area that you'd like to see done sooner rather than later, please put them in the comments below or send us a message and we'll see if we can cover those sooner. My name is Jeff Boyle and I am a local real estate agent here in Hamilton, and we are here to help anybody that is looking to move in or out of the area.